When you hear the words social media, identity, and youth together in a sentence, what are your first thoughts? We usually connect them in negative ways, right? Saying things like, social media is ruining the youth by lowering their self-worth, or it's a distraction from what really matters, and so on. But what if we were to look beyond this negative side of social media and take into consideration the more positive implications of this global phenomenon that are not as talked about? See, as much as social media has the power to entrap us in popularity contests and double standards, it also has the power to help us find our niche and guide us to change the world, provided we know how to use it effectively. In my experience, I've realized that there are some simple yet important steps that one can take to ensure that we are changing into who we aspire to be, and not spiraling into someone we never expected to be. So for the past 4 years, I've seen my father help build and shape a new organization that fights corruption in a country halfway around the world, in India. 5 years ago, my father never would have expected to be a part of such a campaign, but now it's like his side job. Over the years, his passion stayed the same, but his commitment grew day by day. He was now connecting with more people, building new skills, and growing his experience. But the most important thing to him was knowing that he found his niche. He found a place that connected him with his passions and values. And so his experience really inspired me to figure out who I am and how I want my identity to reflect my aspirations and vision now and into the future. So currently, I'm learning to blog with the objective that changing the fate of the world requires acknowledgement and understanding of the issue to take action. And my grade 8 teacher, Ms. Danojev, from my elementary school, Wendat Village, is helping me with that. Another example was a couple of months ago. My father showed me this audio of a retired university professor who was sharing his advice about how we as people need to look beyond our religious barriers and come together if we want to accomplish change. And so his speech inspired me so much that I decided more people deserved to hear him. So I took that audio, added a picture of him, made a video, and uploaded that to Facebook. You would not believe the response we received. We got over 60,000 views and over 1,000 shares in less than 48 hours. He called us the next day pleasantly overwhelmed with the amount of people who contacted him to inform him that they were on his side. Now, this retired professor, he already knew his identity, which was to inspire others. But the only obstacle for him was reaching that platform to reach out to those like-minded people, and we helped him to find that. So what I want you to take away from this is that there are people out there who value your ideas, your vision, and most importantly, your true identity. So generally, the first thing you want to do is find your place in social media. You can join a club, a council, a team, or even subscribe to your role models online. For example, I took part in a Skype conference with Greenpeace and connected with people from places like England and Australia. We can have a much greater global impact when the people we connect with might not even be in the same country as us. Another inspiring example was of Shannon. Now, Shannon was a girl who wanted to better the education in Aboriginal communities across Canada. And the Global Action Council here at Bur Oak Secondary promoted the event through social media and helped raise $1,000 towards Shannon's dream. So, join a movement and settle in. Find out if that's where you want to be and what you want to do. Now, the second thing is, if you can't seem to find your place, make it. The greatest people emerge from crisis, from a need to tweak, change, or transform what's happening. Start a blog. Then you can test the waters and find your audience. Now, the third step is the most important step, and that is one word: commitment. You have to stay committed to what you've started or what you've joined. And here's a tip that will help you to commit. Think of the end goal. So think of what you're doing right now and how that will help you in the end. So when my father is volunteering with the organization that I talked about earlier, and I ask him, why do you spend so much time in this organization? You don't even get paid. He would answer by saying, if there is a chance for you to fix an issue that is significant to you, seize it. Whenever I'm volunteering, I think of the end, the result of my devotion. I imagine a better place with clean politics and cleaner ideals, and that's what pushes me forward. I feel like I'm being part of the solution, not part of the problem, which is too many people staying idle. And so that can be one of the most difficult parts for our youth, to find a place where they can stay true to their identities but also stay committed. However, it's also the most fulfilling part because of the end result. So, what now? Find your place or make it, and then commit to it. That will not only help you to figure out your true identity, but also help you to find your niche and change the world in the process. When you hear the words identity, youth, and social media together in a sentence, what are your first thoughts? Hopefully, they change from a negative distraction for the youth to an extraordinary springboard for nurturing change. I would encourage you all to embrace this whole world by using this incredible tool, social media, and be a part of the solution. Thank you.